In a world that is already filled with automakers looking to develop EV cars that match what is already seen in the market, or even better, French automaker Citroën has decided to take the whole concept of EVs to a whole new level, with their concept car named Oli, marking a new entry that will represent something that has never been seen in the industry before. While the looks and body shape of the car has the resemblance of something you'd find in a sci-fi movie, or even the Tesla Cybertruck, the Citroen Oli will be nothing like that, and the thought process of the company while they were developing this one was to create something that can be reliable as a simple family car, despite being an EV. To do that, the company has stuck with the option of going for less weight and less power, while also using the sustainable materials to build significant parts of the car to ensure it is as lightweight as possible to cover more range. As this is already pretty exciting enough, there is still more to know about the Citroen Oli, and in today's video, we'll be showing you all there is to know about the concept car, including what the expected price will be, as well as a projected time for release. Do stay tuned and enjoy. If you're new to the channel, well, this is Cars in Reach. And if you've not already taken the action, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let's get you going with the latest updates on some of the newest cars in the industry, as well as some other automobile content you definitely would like. Now let's head back to what we have for you today. The future of mobility is one thing that has stood out from the reasons behind the Citroen Oli, with the automaker trying to expand what they did with another interesting addition to the market called the Citroen Oli, which is regarded as a non-conformist 100% electric two-seater mobility solution that they have tagged as for everybody. So far, the Oli is believed to be the basis of most of what will be delivered by Citroën in the coming years, and the Oli is simply an example of what is to come. Speaking about the company's latest concept car, Citroën CEO Vincent Kobe said, "We called this project Oli as a nod to Oli, and because it sums up what the vehicle is all about, which is further proof that only Citroën can deliver no-nonsense, all-electric mobility to all kinds of people in unexpected, responsible and rewarding ways." Three societal conflicts are happening simultaneously, and the first is the value of and dependence on mobility. Second is economic constraints and resource uncertainty, and third is our growing sense of desire for a responsible and optimistic future. A typical mid-70s family car weighed around 800 kilos and was 3.7 meters long and 1.6 meters wide. Today, equivalents have grown to more than 1,200 kilos, at least 4.3 meters long and 1.8 meters wide. Some even weigh more than 2,500 kilos. Legal and safety requirements have driven some of this, but if the trend continues and we carry on parking these vehicles 95% of each day, and driving 80% of journeys with a single occupant, the conflict between the need to protect our planet and the future promise of sustainable, electrified mobility will not easily be resolved. Citroën believes electrification should not mean extortion, and being eco-conscious should not be punitive by restricting our mobility or making vehicles less rewarding to live with. We need to reverse the trends by making them lighter and less expensive and find inventive ways to maximize usage. Basically, what Citroën wants to prove with the Oli is that more can be achieved with less, and with the use of sustainable products, inexpensive but desirable zero-emission vehicles can be built to meet multiple lifestyles. The car will be designed with recycled and recyclable parts that are easy to repair and replace, which will then be able to extend its lifespan. The front doors and windows, bumpers and wheel arch contours are just some of the parts that will be covered with these recycled parts, and they'll be fitted in nearly all parts of the car. The front end of the Citroen Oli will come with some clever vents to direct air around the windscreen, and there will also be funky C-shaped LED lights too. The windscreen will be a completely flat piece of glass that is designed that way to also keep manufacturing costs down. On the side, there will be rear hinge doors to also add to the massive alloy wheels to be present. There will also be some angular lights and an open bed that almost makes the Citroen Oli look like a pickup truck, though it is expected that this will be covered up in production models. Focusing now on the batteries and the range expected to be covered by the Oli, Citroën are going to be adding a relatively small 40 kilowatt-hour battery that is believed to still be able to cover a range of around 248 miles, which is pretty incredible considering the size of that battery. This is, however, something that Citroën has said they will achieve by making the car as lightweight as possible. And from the first updated stats, the Citroën Oli will weigh just 1,000 kilograms, despite looking like a really big SUV or a massive truck. To also add, the Oli will be limited to a speed of 68 miles per hour, a figure that is quite understandable for how the Oli is. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel for more car news, updates, and reviews like this. Interestingly, one of the materials that will be used on the car will be a reinforced honeycomb cardboard-coated resin that will be used for the roof and the bonnet, and even though it doesn't look unrealistic, the material is going to be so good that it will be waterproof. And despite not being as strong as steel, it'll be strong enough to stay pretty well. Inside the car there is even more use of weight-saving materials, with the interior coming with some funky-looking orange mesh seats and foam floor mats instead of carpets. For those who are looking for something trendy in terms of features or infotainment settings, well, Citroën are not going to be all about that. And in fact, there will be no infotainment system at all, and instead, there'll only be a docking station for your phone as well as space for 2 portable speakers in the dashboard. This again is another move that will help fulfill the weight-saving characteristics of the car while also making it affordable, well, to some extent. There'll also be lighter air conditioning that will reduce power consumption with a 90-degree windscreen angle and sloping windows naturally repelling the sun's rays to optimize the temperature inside the car. So we've already talked about how lightweight the truck will be, as well as a number of standard features that will be missing, all of which will help make the Citroën Oli quite affordable. However, the question is, how affordable will the concept car be? Well, from all indication, as well as how the features will be, including the fact that it is not your regular EV, it is believed that the Citroën Oli could have a starting price of as low as $20,000, which might still be seen as expensive when you could get a car with more features for the same price. At the moment, there is no official price information for the Oli, and regardless of whether the price does look expensive or not when it is released, this is not something Citroën wants customers to be worried about, as they simply believe they're offering customers exactly what they need, and not a load up of features that they might not even get to you. Talking about this, the head of Citroën product development, Lawrence Hansen, said, "Ultimately, it's a lifestyle choice more than a vehicle choice. You can choose to pay for all the latest features and artificial intelligence, which you only use 2% of the time when driving. Or you can ask yourself, what is the responsible thing to do and how much of this do I really need? Oli is a way to say enough. That I do want something innovative, but I want it straightforward, affordable, responsible, and long-lasting. Oli is all of that. If you're already interested in the car and you're wondering when it will be released, then you will definitely have to wait much longer, as the car is only still seen as a concept car, and it might not be fully developed anytime soon, though it is predicted to be released before the end of the decade. So for now, you might want to stick to other options, or perhaps the Ami, which is a serious sign that the Oli will surely be developed in the future. What are your thoughts on the Citroën Oli? Is it the kind of car you didn't think you needed? Or is it just a waste of time? Kindly respond in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well as turn on the notification bell button. See you in the next video.